Yo, today I'm gonna show you how to take your shot from this to this. Stay tuned, y'all. So I have 4 cameras. We have this Canon 6D, Canon T2i. It's all beat up, look at that. And of course, my iPhone. Oh, and last but not least, filming myself with the Sony A7R III. So I'm gonna show you how to make a very similar shot with all 4 of these cameras. It's not about gear, guys, it's about lighting. So I'm gonna show you how to make a very close to similar shot with all of these cameras using all the lights that I have. So this setup is a very basic setup. Here I've got this tripod over here, I've got these lights over here, the window is right behind me and it's just casting a light directly on me. I mean, it looks okay, but it's not really that appealing as far as a production value of, you know, making you kind of stand out from like the background. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna switch all of this around, add some lights, and show you how much better of a shot you can get. And I'm gonna do this with all of the cameras that I just showed you. The Canon 6D, the Canon T2i, my iPhone, and of course the Sony A7R III. I just wanna show you and compare all these 4 cameras and show you that cameras aren't really what makes a shot. It's understanding what the lighting is. Cameras are great. There's a lot of capabilities that reigns throughout all of these cameras. But when it comes down to it, it's really about lighting and understand lighting. I'm here to show you that being caught up in what camera gear you have should be the least of your concerns. You really should be thinking a lot about how you want to frame your scene, how you want to light your scene, how you want to compose your scene. So here we go. So first things first, I'm going to close these blinds. I want to close these blinds all the way. And I want to show you guys that you can use any light in your house that you need to use. Sorry, my desk is kind of messy, you know how it goes, but you can use any light to add to what it is that you're doing. And so this light I'm going to use as a background light. I've also got some lights around my desk that I'm going to turn on as well. And then we've got these are very cheap lights, like 70 bucks. There we go. These are blue right now, but I can change them to any color I like. But I'm gonna set these up, and I'm also gonna diffuse them with the diffuser that I have. So I'll show you how I set that up as well. So as you can see, I've done a little rearranging, flipped the scene completely around. So you see the light from the window, I've closed off that light. So I pulled my shades down, and now I've got this big diffuse light going on right here. I put a diffusion over those 2 lights that I have sitting over here. I'll tag what lights that I'm using. They're just 2 Yunghao, I believe is the name of them. Super simple, super cheap lights. And you see this back here, this is a lamp that I have right there. It's changing colors. I've got some desk lights going on. That literally was just like a simple flip around, and it made the scene completely different. I'm filming this now with the Sony A7R III. I'm gonna switch to each camera that I have now and see how that looks with each camera view, and just get your thoughts and see which one you like the best. So I'm doing that right now. Oh, and obviously you can see the audio. I'm using this Asden Mic Pro for the audio. It's on top of a small Manfrotto tripod stand, a little small stand that I've been using. It's super simple, and I've got this cable that got plugged all the way into the side of my Sony A7R III. And so let me show you those other cameras and see how they look. So now this is the Canon 6D setup. I've got the 24mm 1.4 on the Canon 6D. Pretty much the same settings as I had with the Sony A7R III. Same mic setup, I just plugged in this Asden microphone with this cord, plugged it into the side audio of my Canon 6D. Same light setup, main light right here in front, diffused. Same backlight as you can see right here. You see how this looks. This looks really good. This is 1080p and it still looks really good. I don't believe personally there's too much of a big difference between 1080p and 4K because we're all just looking at it on our phone. Now what I'm gonna do is change this Canon 6D, switch it with my Canon T2i, which that camera is probably at least 10 years old. But I just want to show you that you can still get the same quality with that. And so I'm gonna switch this 24mm, put it on the Canon T2i, have to scoot it back a little bit more because I have to account for the crop sensor on that Canon T2i. Let me switch that out right now. All right, so now this is with the Canon T2i. And as you can see as well, this is a really, really good shot. This looks really good. This looks really good. You can properly see me. I'm exposed right. You've still got this light here in the background. If I'm pointing the right way, there we go. I'm still doing the audio here with the ASDN, and it looks like a great shot. And this is with the Canon T2i. I mean, this camera is literally probably 10 years old. I have to look it up, but this camera came out so many years ago. But this was my very, very first camera. And when I got this camera, I thought I was a freaking legend, taking photos of everything. You talking about leaves in the fall and people's shoes and like headshots and family members. I thought I was the man with this one camera. It just shows you how far you can come when it comes to this photography, videography journey, and how important it is to understand how to use the bare necessities, how to use what you have right now to maximize that. And as you can see, this setup is really, really good. And it's from my Canon T2i. This camera's, like I said, 10, probably 12 years old. I've showed you guys the Sony A7R III. I've showed you guys the Canon 6D. This is the Canon T2i. And now I'm gonna go to my iPhone and show you the difference for that. So let's go. This is the last shot. This is with my iPhone 10. Once again, as you can see, this is a really good shot. Same thing, light over here to my right, backlight. We've got the audio right here, and you know, this is a very, very professional shot. With the iPhones, I've always been a really big fan of the iPhone quality, and especially now with the newer versions they have, it's just out of this world. For me, I don't really think it's that important to get caught up into the latest gear, you know, the latest lens, the latest camera. I really think you need to understand, as a creator or as a person who wants to make good looking content in your home, you have to use what you have. And you have to know how to use the things that you have, even around your house. So I've showed you guys what this scene looks like with my Sony. I've showed you guys what this scene looks like with my Canon 6D, with my other Canon T2i, and then with my iPhone. These are the 4 cameras that I have, and I can get pretty much the same shot with these cameras in really any situation. It just really depends on how I want to use and how I want to manipulate each shot. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. That will really help me out a lot as I'm building this channel and building the content on it. Also comment, share with friends. If you think this is helpful for someone who is starting out and really needs to understand how to use what they have. And so, happy creating, everybody. Derek Jones Nelson, out.